News at noon starts right now.
An extreme case of road rage out of San Antonio Street, sending an infant to the hospital.
That 6-month-old baby hit by shrapnel when an angry driver opened fire on the car, then continued firing on them for miles. It happened on Tezel Road on the northwest side.
Sarah Costa with how everyone somehow survived the terrifying encounter and what happened to the gunman.
A honk from a car horn. It's what San Antonio police say angered a 22-year-old man who was driving, triggering him to pull out a gun and shoot at another vehicle. As it turns out, that driver had a 6-month-old in the car with the infant's mother. SAPD says the 22-year-old man is now in custody after the road rage shooting that injured the 6-month-old child on the city's northwest side late Sunday night. Officers were called to the 7600 block of Tezel Road around 9 last night, not far from Mainland Drive and Gilboa Road. Police say 2 cars were at a red light at Braun and Tezel Road when the alleged shooter ran a red light. SAPD says that's when another 22-year-old male driver honked his horn at the driver who ran the red light. A report confirms the honking set off the driver of the vehicle, who had the woman and 6-month-old as passengers. Police say the driver began to aggressively chase the man who honked at him, which eventually led to the aggressor shooting at the other vehicle. This all happened while the infant was in the car with its mother and not in a car seat. Eventually, the driver pulled over at a store and let them out. That road rage shooting coming to an end here at the intersection near Tezel and Gilboa Road. One car pulling over the 7600 block of Tezel Road, the other one crashing on Gilboa. The SAPD report says the man who pulled the trigger followed the other car and continued to fire more shots at the victim. Eventually, the woman and child met police at a gas station on Tezel Road. The child was taken to University Hospital after being hit by a piece of shrapnel during the incident. Police believe the baby will be okay. The suspect was found by police nearby and taken into custody. The alleged shooter is facing charges of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and endangering a child. Sarah Costa, KSAT12 News.
Outside with live cam, we are looking for a fun. Look at that sky.
Beautiful day out there, just like yesterday.
Yeah, it was so nice yesterday. We're looking east there on that live cam, though. If you look up to the west, there are some clouds starting to move in, and that's a sign of things to come. We'll get some changes as we head into tonight and going into tomorrow. But in the meantime, yeah, it's really nice out there. We've had some low humidity. Temperatures have been pretty comfortable. There are those clouds I'm talking about, and there actually are a few showers associated with these clouds. I'm guessing a lot of this is not reaching the ground, just a little too dry at the surface. But we'll see some of these clouds work in a little bit later this afternoon. And then as some energy comes in tonight, yes, rain chances return to the forecast. There's the scene outside right now. We're looking at 72 degrees, mostly sunny and a dew point of 40. So the air is still relatively dry for now. But notice the east-southeasterly wind at 14. That's going to start to usher in some more moisture. As we look at the KSAT 12-hour forecast, 78 degrees at 2 o'clock, 78 3 p.m. And by the afternoon, we'll call it partly cloudy. 79 your high, and then as we get into this evening, we fall back down into the 60s. But clouds start to thicken up, and we begin to add rain chances as early as midnight. We'll talk more about the potential rainy commute coming up tomorrow morning and the rest of the week as Fiesta gets underway. More on that in just a bit, guys.
So the rainy commute could have effect on traffic, like closures. They're no surprise to us here in town, but it's always good to be prepared for them.
And there are a lot of them. Stephen Cavazos joins us now with some of these trouble spots and why the areas are being shut down.
We are halfway through the month of April, but we can expect the work in and around the Alamo City to take us all the way up until May. But let's first get through this week. Let's talk about what's taking place on Monday. And this will actually start on April 17th. Utility work on FM 1535 Northwest Military Highway. This is going to take us all the way to the end of the work week, April 21st. The work starts pretty early at 7 in the morning and is expected to last all day up until 6 in the evening. Alternating lane closures in both directions from Loop 1604 to Hebner Road. Then that same night, we're going to see some work take place here, paving work, I-10 East Bexar County. Now, this again will also take us up to April 21st. The work begins at 9 in the evening and should wrap at 5 in the morning. So plan ahead, late night owls and early bird commuters. Single westbound main lane closures was what we'll see out there from Zoll Road to Cibolo Creek. All right, one last jump, Loop 410 over to the south side of San Antonio. Now, this has been current for a little while, that bridge repair. Now, this will begin at 8 in the morning and should wrap at 5 in the afternoon. That work should also end on Friday, April 21st. We have been seeing various main lane closures in both directions from Somerset Road to South Presa. But plan your commute ahead of time. It is a new week, so we have a new list of closures on our website. You can scan this QR code. It takes you directly to our KSAT traffic page, and we have a full list of all the current closures that are happening. So always good to know before you have to go.
New at noon, a Sweet 16 party with teenagers, the target of a mass shooter who stormed in with a gun and murder in mind.
ABC's Rena Roy tells us that police in Alabama are searching for the suspect who killed 4 people and injured over 20 others.
The search intensifying for whoever is responsible for unleashing this violence at a Sweet 16 party in a small rural Alabama town Saturday night.
If you or you know somebody that has any information about what occurred last night, I cannot stress this enough, ever how minor you think it is, we absolutely need you to share it.
Officials say 4 people were killed and more than 24 injured when gunfire broke out at a crowded dance hall.
There are no words to describe the emotions that we're all feeling.
One hospital confirming it admitted 15 patients with gunshot wounds, most of them teenagers, 5 in critical condition. Survivor Bree Hutchinson speaking to ABC News from her hospital bed.
I grabbed onto somebody, I don't know who, and I was yelling for help and nobody would help me. So I had to gain my strength and walk outside after being shot.
18-year-old Phil Dowdle was one of those who lost their lives. He was the birthday girl's brother and a star athlete heading to Jacksonville State on a football scholarship.
He had one goal, get to the NFL and take care of his mom.
His mother also shot, according to Dowdle's high school coach.
She was a chaperone in here, so she was hit a couple times in the legs too. It's tough right now for him. Real tough.
So far this year has seen more mass shootings than days, according to the Gun Violence Archive. President Biden issuing a statement following this latest shooting, saying in part, "This is outrageous and unacceptable. Our communities need and deserve better." Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Happening today, more than 30,000 runners and racers from 122 countries and all 50 states hitting the pavement in Boston today. Today's Boston Marathon comes as the anniversary of the double bombings that killed 3 people and injured more than 260 10 years ago. This race, one of the most famous in the world, it's mostly downhill, but there are 4 notable climbs in that second half, and it ends with the notorious Heartbreak Hill at the 20-mile mark.
Looking ahead to the middle of the week, SpaceX expected to launch their powerful rocket as early as Wednesday, but that comes after having to scrub this morning's launch due to a technical issue. The rocket features a, quote, super heavy rocket booster and is considered one of the most powerful rockets ever made. SpaceX says a pressurization problem in the first stage booster forced the company to call off today's inaugural flight after years of testing, and they decided to conduct a rehearsal launch instead. SpaceX says it could try the launch again in 2 days from South Texas. It'll take off over the Gulf of Mexico.
Back here at home, if you've been on social media, you likely have seen the new plans for Port San Antonio.
And now Port SA is one step closer to finalizing its plans for a new state-of-the-art office tower that'll soon be added to its technology campus.
Max Massey visited the campus today to learn more about their plans, their goals, and the timetable.
It's amazing. I mean, what we're doing here is really about connecting San Antonio to the globe and creating opportunities for kids at the foundation.
Will Garrett knows firsthand how amazing Port San Antonio has become, and the idea of this new high-tech tower, it's really only adding to this excitement.
We are looking at the new building that we've just launched for pre-design. What we expect that to be is the nicest, most high-tech building, not just in San Antonio, not just in Texas, but in the country, if not the world.
Look, on twofold, the type of a talent that all of our 90 employers are trying to attract demands a place of business like this, a place they feel comfortable and will get them out of the house. And then also for the 11-year-old a mile up the road, it's that type of building, that iconic image that helps that young boy or girl think, I want to work there.
So over the last 6 years, we have seen such amazing progression here at Port San Antonio. And with this new high-tech, exciting and influential building, Jim tells me it's really just a flight
to quality.
We're going to have hot yoga studios. We're going to have fitness centers. We're going to have balconies. We're going to have areas where people can work inside or outside, and it really designs those interactions. Most important, we're working with the employers because there is a competition for talent.
The goal is to have the tower up and running in the next 4 years. And the reason for all of these top-tier amenities, it's simple.
We're living in an environment where every employer wants their folks back in the office. Nobody wants to say, come back to the office. So what they're doing across the country, across the world, is creating work environments where people want to come and spend time.
And this tower only is going to add to the success the port's seen over just the last few years.
Since we launched this strategy, this tech port strategy, we've added over 7,000 jobs on this campus. We've built and fully leased over 700,000 square feet of new space. We've done 6 million square feet of other transactions.
So between the innovative companies, the captivating museum, and the ongoing ingenuity, the sky is the limit.
Future's bright. This is just the start. We said that with our first office building and then our second office building and now the Boeing Center. And I think our new tower is just the next evolution of what we're going to build in the center of this campus.
Max Massey, KSAT12 News.
Still ahead at noon, the San Antonio Brahmas need some help this next weekend to make the XFL playoffs. We're going to explain before 12:30.
And also coming up next, how students at one elementary school are learning about sustainability and food systems by using aquaponics.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Aquaponics. A local nonprofit helping raise awareness around sustainability and food systems by implementing aquaponics into schools.
Aquaponics is a combination of fish and plant production and hydroponics, which is growing plants without any soil. Tiffany Huerta shows us some of the benefits that these kids are learning about in food growing technology.
We have been learning about good bacteria like fungi.
Second grade student Caleb Martinez is part of the garden club at Highland Park Elementary School.
We've been learning about plants and how we can use different types of filters to help them grow.
On Wednesdays, Charles Blank visits these students and teaches them about aquaponics.
The live filter box here is our filter. That's where the beneficial bacteria live. What's happening there is the fish waste enters that media, that hydrogen, and the bacteria break down the ammonia into nitrate, and it allows the plants to uptake those nitrogen and grow into green, healthy produce for our kids here.
Blank is with the nonprofit Gardopia Gardens, focused on growing healthy communities through garden-based learning. Besides aquaponics, students are also learning about responsibility, time management, and so much more.
Big boy. Last week we released some fish in, and there was some teamwork in realizing that they're all our fish. They're a communal asset. We're taking care of them together.
They're becoming more interested on how and where they're getting their food from.
We want kids to have the resources to take care of themselves, to grow healthy food for their family. A big takeaway with these systems that I like to push is not all waste is waste. This fish waste is turned into plant food.
Caleb is excited to continue learning.
I think the garden club is really fun and you should be in the garden club.
Tiffany Huertas, KSAT12 News.
Outside with laughter. I don't know what that was Saturday. That was just like a peek into summertime. But man, yesterday on into today and hopefully the rest of this week.
Yeah, all week's going to be just like this, right, Justin?
Exactly.
Yeah, I wish. Listen, though, Saturday I thought it was awesome because the humidity went down in the afternoon. It was a little hot, but it was nice.
How hot did it get?
It was like low 90s, 93.
That's less like you.
But then you had the thunderstorm pop up at sunset. It was actually really pretty. Anyway, the aquifer is down half a foot to 635 even in your pollen count. We have 3 today, oak and pecan and molds. But oak and pecan, they've been elevated, but hopefully they're coming down. I think we're at the end of oak season. Good news there. We're going to talk about the forecast, which changes a little bit starting tonight. That's coming up.
So we hinted that there might be changes on the way this week. Is that what that was?
Well, of course, Fiesta is starting.
Yes.
A lot of outdoor events,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
including, Fiesta, King's Cups on Saturday, and you're saying beautiful weather.
Kind of. Yeah, so here's what we need to happen. We need to give Mother Nature like a phone calendar where we can just kind of schedule the rain in between events and work it all out and fit it all in. I think we're going to be fine. We've got some chances of rain on the way, but nothing that's significant in the sense that we're going to have, a day's worth of rain or anything like that. Well, let's first start with what we have going on right now. We've got some showers, or at least it looks that way, trying to come in from the west. Most of this is not reaching the ground. It's light and it's just a little too dry at the surface. But you'll notice we have some high and mid-level clouds coming in from the west, so the skies may become a little more cloudy as we head into the afternoon. Still a lot of blue skies, still really nice at the moment, and it was a gorgeous, gorgeous weekend. Here's what I'm watching on water vapor. It's kind of hard to see. A little disturbance right in there somewhere. That works its way towards San Antonio tomorrow morning. That gives us some lift to some showers, maybe a rumble of thunder, but I think mostly showers as we get into tomorrow morning. And we're also seeing moisture starting to increase. Notice these clouds down here along the Rio Grande. Well, that's moisture that's starting to surge back in. It has been dry. We had low humidity, felt really good. Notice the dew points down around Falfurrias and Edinburgh in the mid-50s. And so these numbers and that moisture starts to surge north into our area. So by 7 p.m., dew points are still okay, but we're starting to see the number rise. And by tomorrow morning, we've got dew points in the 60s, which puts us back in the muggy territory. You will feel it tomorrow morning. Not only that, we could see some fog and drizzle too as moisture comes back in. Oftentimes we see the fog and drizzle develop. So let me take you to 2 a.m. early tomorrow morning, 20% chance as we start to see some showers develop. And we'll see some of these off and on showers through the morning hours. This is 7 a.m., 30% chance of rain. And even around 9 a.m. shows shower, maybe a thunderstorm tomorrow morning, and then drizzle and fog on top of that. By midday, a lot of the rain moves out, but we've still got some clouds, and then by the afternoon, this doesn't really show it, but we will need to watch the potential for a storm out west. If we were to get one to develop, it could be strong. The risk for that is pretty low, but something we need to watch. At the moment, we've got mostly clear skies here in San Antonio, 72, 74 Stinson, 74 Kelly, 73 at Randolph. And there's a look at the satellite picture once again. Temperature-wise, 75 in Uvalde, 77 Carrizo Springs, 80. That's the warm spot down there in Cotulla in around Bexar County. Low to mid-70s on our way close to 80 this afternoon. Here's the KSAT 12-hour forecast. 78 at 3 o'clock, 79 4 p.m., 78 at 6 o'clock, and look for increased clouds overnight. Small chances of rain kick in around midnight and continue into tomorrow morning. Extended forecast. We'll go 76 tomorrow with that 30% chance of showers, mainly in the morning. 81 Wednesday with a 20% chance for storm. And I think Wednesday, Thursday will look similar in the sense that we'll get maybe a few storms out west. And then Friday, our warmest day, 88, 30% chance rain with a front. At the moment, that should clear us out for Saturday. So 73 with mostly sunny skies, and then the more small rain chances kick in on Sunday.
We're going to hold you to the fire for the next 2 weeks or so.
That's okay. And once we get closer to some of these events, we'll be able to pinpoint timing for you. But Fiesta, I think, will be just fine.
Looks great.
Yep.
Thanks. Up next in sports, the San Antonio Brahmas still have a chance to get into the XFL playoffs, but they're going to need a little help. What it'll take next weekend to keep this season alive.
I'm just happy to get this win. We don't control our own destiny. We need a little help.
Need a lot of help. San Antonio Brahmas are still alive for a playoff spot. They did what they had to do Saturday in the Alamo Dome, hosting the Orlando Guardians, a team they defeated once this season already. It was a close game all the way through the fourth quarter. San Antonio's up by 2, and Drew Beasley stuck his hand up there, snagged that pass, and headed the other way for that touchdown. The Brahmas win 25-23. It's the first win in the Dome this season. After the game, Beasley broke down that pick six.
Well, I saw a pass set, and I saw the quarterback go through his reads, and then he went to his third read, and I felt the running back head to the flat. So my body just instinctively just took me there, and, he threw the ball. I tipped the ball and, just made a play and, went to go celebrate with the fans. And, that Lambeau leap, that was a lot of fun.
So the Brahmas win was step one over the weekend. They needed help to stay alive. Arlington needed to lose to D.C. to keep playoff hopes alive for the Brahmas. D.C. was up most of the game until the fourth quarter when Arlington scored 17 straight to tie the game at 26 and force overtime. In the OT, the defenders pulled ahead on a 13-yard score. That was the game winner. The Defenders won at 28-26 over the Arlington Renegades. So now the Brahmas' final regular season game is going to be Saturday at 2 against the D.C. Defenders in the Alamo Dome. The game is going to also be live right here on KSAT12. If the Brahmas beat the Defenders, the Renegades lose to the Roughnecks, San Antonio is in the XFL playoffs. A lot of got to happen, though. In the National Arena League, the San Antonio Gunslingers won an overtime thriller Saturday night, 63-62 at Jacksonville against the Sharks. Quarterback Arvell Nelson threw 6 touchdown passes. The Gunslingers improved 2-0. They will next play at Albany Empire State Saturday night at 6.
Okay, so a lot of steps to get the Brahmas to keep going.
2 basic big ones. Win, and they got to lose.
All right.
So good
we
luck.
Just need to know how to pray.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Still ahead at 12:30, the start of the trial involving Fox News and a voting machine company being delayed now. We're going to take a look at what's next in the case.
And we've been talking about it. The countdown is on to Fiesta. We're just days away from the Battle of Flowers parade, and we still got tickets left for our KSAT viewing party at that parade. And a live look at SA. Oh, look at there. They've got their medal.
Have you seen I can't wait to see what that medal looks like up close. Thanks, Jen. Let's talk money. Do you have an emergency fund? It's considered a necessity, but a lot of people don't have one, and the thought of creating one might seem overwhelming. Not to worry. Grab a pen and paper because we've got the first step, and it's so simple. It's today at 5. Marilyn Moritz explaining how analyzing your monthly expenses can help achieve that rainy day fund and what to do once you've put the pen to paper. A judge delaying the start of a $1 billion defamation lawsuit against Fox News that involved a voting machine company.
The case centers on controversy surrounding the 2020 presidential election. ABC's Morgan Norwood is in Wilmington, Delaware. She's got more details.
Without giving a reason, the judge overseeing the high-profile $1.6 billion defamation lawsuit by Dominion Voting Systems against Fox News says he expects the trial to begin tomorrow. Delaware Superior Court Judge Eric Davis saying that this is not unusual. The remarks in court came amid a report by the Wall Street Journal, which is owned by Fox Corporation boss Rupert Murdoch, that Fox News has made a late push to settle the dispute with Dominion Voting Systems. The judge made no mention of possible settlement talks, only saying the court will resume Tuesday at 9 a.m. The trial is expected to include testimony from Murdoch and the channel's biggest on-air stars like Sean Hannity and Tucker Carlson. Dominion is out to prove Fox News aired stories it knew to be false, so they wouldn't lose viewers upset with the outcome of the 2020 election.
It will be impossible to ever know the true, fair, accurate election results.
Dominion alleges that while Fox hosts repeatedly doubled down on Trump's lies about the voting machines, they were privately using text messages and internal emails to express disbelief. For example, Tucker Carlson texted host Laura Ingraham, quote, "Sidney Powell is lying, by the way." In his sworn deposition, Sean Hannity saying, quote, "I did not believe it for 1 second." Court documents showing even Fox boss Rupert Murdoch called the election conspiracies, quote, "really crazy stuff." Fox has denied the allegations and said Dominion is out for a financial windfall. The judge has already determined everything Fox News had said on air about Dominion was clearly false and removed that as a potential line of defense, ruling Fox could not argue it was merely repeating allegations pushed by former President Trump and his allies because they were newsworthy. And jury selection resumes tomorrow, and the plan is right after they are sworn in, opening statements will begin. I'm Morgan Norwood, ABC News, Wilmington, Delaware.
We're going to take a live look outside with LiveGate. Not that you need to, but because it just feels so good to look out there and see a temperature like that.
Yesterday was about as good as it gets. Today is going to be pretty close to that. This morning, it felt not like April, I'll say that. We fell down into the 40s and 50s, 42 Kerrville, 50 here in San Antonio. It was almost jacket weather. You don't need them now as temperatures are starting to warm up. But you look at some of the numbers, 42 Kerrville, 43 Fredericksburg, 48 in Braunfels this morning. We got down to 50 officially here in town. There were some 40s though, 49 at Port SA, 47 at Randolph. It's cool, crisp. Now we've got mostly sunny skies and temperatures have made their way up to 72. So a pretty big rebound thanks to in large part to that dry air that we have in place. 73 Comfort, 72 Bandera, 74 right now in Hondo. Here's a look at some of the weather headlines. This is what we're looking for this week. Rain starts to move in tonight and into tomorrow morning. There's a potential for it. It's not going to be widespread rain, but we are expecting a few showers here and there, maybe some drizzle too. Stray storms possible next few days during the afternoon hours, mainly out west, but it's something we'll be keeping an eye on. And then Fiesta weather. How are things looking for Fiesta? Well, we do think that a cold front moves through on Friday. That will bring some rain chances on Friday, but perhaps clear set for the weekend. We'll talk more about that with the 7-day forecast here in just a couple minutes, guys.
Thank you, Justin. Hey, Justin, are you ready to party?
Of course.
Did you know we're just 3 days away from the start of Fiesta?
Just 3. Mark Austin and Stephanie Cern are going to be hosting the Battle of Flowers parade this year, but there are many other events happening before the Battle of Flowers, and it all starts with Fiesta Thursday night.
And I'm going to be on that with Steve Spriester. That's going to be from 4 to 10 at Travis Park. There's going to be live music, fun for the family, and of course your Fiesta foods.
And if you can't make it to Fiesta, you can watch that special live right here on KSAT12 or any of our digital platforms. Once again, it'll be Steve Spriester and Ursula Perry bringing you. We have to have 2 great anchors because
we're kicking it off
twice.
I know, but
Fiesta.
We're kicking it off.
That's how big that thing is. As for the Battle of Flowers parade, you can watch that right here on KSAT12 also. But if you want to be a part of it downtown, we are offering tickets to buy for our KSAT viewing party at the parade.
And there are several spots left to claim. You just head over to KSAT.com, you click on the web story, and you find more details. The tickets include access to our KSAT party, grandstand seating to watch the parade. Yes, we have private bathrooms. That's huge. And more. We're also offering tickets to the Fiesta Flambeau Parade.
That's one of the first questions you always get when you talk about the tickets.
It's
Do you have
true.
bathrooms? Yes, we have private bathrooms. I'll buy. A big part of the Fiesta, of course, are the Royals. And if you'd like to have a chance to be a Royal for a day, all you have to do is be a KSAT Insider. So here's how you get a membership. And you can also have a contest going on right now that will let you be one of our lucky winners. 3 guests, along with you, get to ride on their own Battle of Flowers parade float.
You have only, though, until Thursday to sign up. The winner is going to be announced during our Fiesta broadcast, and you can sign up for that right now on our website, too.
And we can't forget about the Fiesta medals. If you're looking to score one of our KSAT Fiesta medals, all you got to do is tune in to GMSA at 6:45 every morning. This week, you're going to learn which HEB location is going to be handing out those medals.
You can also get one of our Weather Authority medals. I stole one from Justin this morning. He was watching me close. Adam Caskey's got his personal Fiesta medal. And to get one, all you got to do is tune in on to our 5 p.m. newscast. We also have SA Live and Texas Eats medals this year.
You can tune into SA Live at 1 p.m. every day to learn more. Check out Texas Eats social media pages on Fridays to learn how you can get one of those medals as well. Texas Eats got a medal. SA Live's got a medal. You and I need a medal. Of course, once again, to review, it all starts Thursday night. Special coverage of Fiesta. Ursula and Steve Spriester will be the hosts for that big night. The River Parade is on Monday night. I'll be co-hosting that with Myra Arthur. And in addition to the Battle of Flowers, we'll be broadcasting the Fiesta Flambeau Parade. That'll be Saturday the 29th. You can find all of this and all the information you need about Fiesta on our website. Just go over to KSAT.com.
Still ahead, we've got the first look at a brand new political drama that is dropping this week on Netflix, starring Kerry Russell.
And later in sports, the high school girls soccer season has officially wrapped up. How local teams handed the competition a run for their money. But what happened in the end? We've got it for you.